All right, hello guys. I'm going to go over page 6 right now. Well, actually page 7, sorry. Um, Here we were to look at association for marital status, age, and gender. We had to bin age. I already sent a video on how to bin age. Go find it. No, I can post it on YouTube as well. We're just going to look at people born in the US though. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've already been this. I'm just going to select my ages, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Actually, let me first, for those of you that already did it, you should get results that look like this. I can show you the original table. So the original table looks like, you didn't need all of these rows, but you can just see, let me make it bigger for you. If you're checking your work, you should have 376, 370, 346 for males. And then for females, 278, 328, and 301. Hope that's what we get. We'll go show how to do this. And then you should have made a table, and you should have got something that looks like this. This is fine. I don't know if I would have chose this breakdown. It's good though, it works. I think I kind of like the age breakdown instead across. I like to probably group by gender, but we'll take a look at it. But this should be how the data looks. So if you did the data right, fine. I didn't really look at what this says, but females have higher rate of marriage. So you should say, for each age bracket, females have the higher marital rate. And then what you might say is, it starts out not that big of a gap, only, 3.5 percentage points for 28 to 29-year-olds. Then the gap increases to, it looks like about, 11 percentage points. And then it increases some more to 13 percentage points. But we see the major increase, if we're just going to look at increase, the gap increases the most from here to here because it goes from 3.5 to over 11. And then it doesn't increase by that much more, but both groups increase a lot. Well, this was an increase of 15% for females, and then it increases only 11% here. The males go up by 10%. So it looks like they're marrying at about the same rate, but the females got started a little earlier in the 30 to 31. Okay, so let's show how to do it. So we do our filters for the 3 age brackets. We're going to look at just people born in the US. I hope our student did that. When I was just looking at their work, I didn't really check it first. So let's see. Citizenship status, born in the US. So it should be 1999 rows. We're going to make a contingency table. The row, might as well make it age. And then the column will be their marriage status. And we're going to group by sex. And we're going to display row percents. That'll get you what you need. And here's our data. It looks similar. So I'm going to grab, to get this, I'm just going to grab, although this kind of messes me up a little bit. I can't get everything I want. This is all the data I need. I'm just going to get the marriage numbers. And at the top is females, the bottom is males. Okay, so I already did this one in class. If you remember, we were working on this one in class. So it's really nice because it's all the way kind of how I want it to look. I'm just going to copy it to my existing spreadsheet. Oh no, I want to duplicate it. So there's a copy of it right here now. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to paste what I want instead, my data. So it's nice. This is called like having a template. I have a template here, and I'm just going to use my template because everything's all ready to go. Put the ages in, 28 to 29, 30 to 31, 32 to 33, and then these are my female digits right here. We got 24.8%, we got 39%, and we got 50.2%. And then for the males, 37%, 27.8, and 21.3. Really nice. It hooks it all up for me already. So this is the percent married for US born 20 to 34-year-olds. And this is not citizenship, this is not their age, and this is their sex. These numbers here aren't correct. I could copy them and paste and transposed over to here. So now they're correct. So now my question would be, what do we notice here? What is worth looking at? What kind of trends do we see? I think I'll notice the same trends. You can say for each age bracket, females are more likely to be married than men. When we look at as age increases, we see more females get married and more males get married. So in this particular bracket, marriage rate continues to increase. This will not always be true. Eventually it will plateau, but it is still increasing here, and we're up to 50% for females versus 37% for males by the time we're 32 to 33 years of age. So females are showing a more rapid increase. And the big increase is really right here. From 28 to 29 to 30 to 31 is the big increase. For men, they're showing kind of a more steady increase by 7 percentage points, then 10 percentage points. Here it's increased by 14 and then 11. It gets harder. You know, it's easy to increase low percentages. It gets harder to increase high percentages by a lot. If I was looking at over here, I'd say, you know, the gap is the smallest for 28 to 29, and the gap gets the largest when we get to 32 to 33, where it's 50 versus 37. That's how you do this homework. I hope this is making sense to you. I guess I didn't show you how to do it in case you didn't already have it done. Let me go through a couple things again. So what I'll do is I'm just going to slide this one over here and I'll regenerate it so you can see how it was done. So I'm just going to highlight my data. I'm going to go to insert a chart and I'll get my chart. What I'd like you to do on the chart, the main thing that I like you to do is to give it the proper titles. So you can give a horizontal title, a chart title, a vertical title. So like if I was going to do my horizontal title, well these are their ages. If I was going to do a vertical title, this would be the percent married. And then the chart title, we could talk about something. I don't want to write the whole thing in, but it's the percent married by age and sex for 28 to 34 year olds. Okay, maybe there's a little more I could say there, but that's enough for me. Okay, and then the other thing I really like is go to series. So in customize, go to series and go add the data labels. That looks nice. So this is basically what we're looking for on this graph. I guess I didn't say some things either. When I first got my table here, of course I had a lot of different levels to look at: married, widowed, divorced, separated, never married. We decided in class that we were going to focus on married. Whenever you do your 3-variable analysis, you have to sort of decide on one of the levels of your response variable to focus on. We decided to focus on married. We could have just as easily focused on any of the other levels. Probably never married would have been a good one to focus on too. For certain studies, maybe you look at the divorced and separated rate as well. Okay, so when we did that, then we came over here and I wanted to transpose these numbers. I wanted to copy these numbers over. These are the females, 24.8, 30.9, 50.2. So I wanted to put those numbers in for the females here. Then I wanted to put these numbers in for the males. These are the percent of the men that were married, and broke down by their age. So I have this nice little table here where I got age and sex and then the percent married. When I highlight that, I get a table. My table's pretty nice. I like it. My bar chart's pretty nice. I can make a copy of this chart. Don't know where it is. Let me see. Paste it. So here's a copy of the chart. And one of the things I can do is I can go to edit the chart and I can switch the rows and the columns. that'll change the way we group the two extra variables. So here we group by sex instead of grouping by age. So now this would be grouped by sex. And it just gives you a different way to look at the data. Again, you'll notice like, whoa, I don't have my series labels here. You can add the series labels here, add in the data labels. So basically at the end of the day, there's two different ways you can make the data show up. There's not a right or a wrong way. Either way is fine, really. It kind of depends what you're wanting to show. It's a personal preference for sure. I'll leave it at that because I think it is all just preference. The one thing that I could have put in here would be like that I could have had totals. I didn't put in totals. That sometimes is nice to know, like what percent of 28 to 29-year-olds are married. It's not too critical because it's more important to see the difference between males and females and then the difference across the ages. All right, that's enough for this video.